Awesome. And I will share the training slides with you all in the chat right now. And then occasionally as new folks come in, if my teammates can occasionally share the link in the chat for anybody who wants to go along, because I will be sharing my screen and I won't be sharing the slides for the most part, but all of the steps are written out there. And I will also put the link to sign into Google Groups here. It's also linked in the chat or in the slides, but I just wanted to put that in there before I get started. All right, so let me start sharing my screen. Hopefully y'all had some time to look around, play around, and at the end we'll have some time for any questions that you may have. So let me share my screen. All right. So we're able to see my screen? Cool. So this is the agenda for today. Hopefully it'll be quick. It'll be self-explanatory, and then y'all can go back and play around and update your profiles. So first we'll talk about the Groups.io features, and then we'll go into how to send a message to the listserv, how to create your Groups.io account, updating your subscription preferences, which is super easy, what are hashtags and how to use them, what is muting a topic or a hashtag and how to do that, and then how to view past topics. And then also how to send a poll. And then we will also have a Q&A at the end. All right. So again, for the new folks, all of this recording, as well as the training slides that serves as a manual, will be in our updated FAQ section on our Join Us page. So if at any point you need to reference, go ahead and go there. You will see the links there. All right. So exciting features for Groups.io. You're able to filter conversations using hashtags. The policy with hashtags is that you are able to use up to 2 hashtags in your subject line. We'll go into detail on how to include that in your message. But that's a really exciting thing because now people can filter through popular topics like digital navigators, ACP, the Affordable Connectivity Program, even job postings, you can add that there. And you can also have a search feature where you can search up any word and all of that will show up there as well. So we're really happy for that because we knew that the previous platform didn't allow for that. And that was something really popular that our community members were asking for. Another exciting feature is that you're able to mute conversations. So you're able to mute topics as well as specific hashtags. So let's say the ACP is not necessarily something that pertains to you. You can mute that topic at any time, and you can also unmute, which is great, so that if it does become relevant to you or your job, you can then get back on track. You can still search those topics that you muted as well. You could also easily update your subscription preferences, which you will see very quickly. So at this point, it does not matter if you have a Gmail or if your email platform is hosted through Outlook or AOL. Some people still use that. You're still now able to go into Groups.io and update those subscription preferences. You no longer have to reach out to us as a middle person to do that. You could also connect with other members. We have a directory, which is so cool and exciting because you can see all of the members that are in our listserv and then connect with them personally. And in order to get on the directory, your profile must be set to public, which I will show you very soon how to do that. And then you're also able to send polls on Groups.io, which is really fun, very exciting. You can see, where people are at. However, just a caveat on that, people can submit their answers to your polls multiple times. So please do not use the NDIA Listserv Groups.io polls as hard data. You just use it as a way to kind of test the temperature, to get a direction of where you want to go, but by no means do not cite that as a source. All right. Okay. Important. If you were already part of the Google Groups listserv, you're already in the Groups.io listserv. So one thing to note is that you do not have to set up your Groups.io profile in order to start participating in the listserv. That might be a really popular question. I know I was confused at first, but you're able to start, messaging and participating in the listserv, even if you haven't set up a password or set up your profile. But why should you set it up? There are a lot of benefits to setting up your profile. For example, you are able to update your subscription preferences. You're also able to mute topics and all of those benefits that come with creating a profile and doing anything outside of just sending out a message to the listserv, you're able to do once you create that profile. If you did not get an invite from NDIA Groups IO, please check your spam or your promo folder. And also, you might not be part of the NDIA community just yet. So if not, go ahead and join and apply. If your org is already a member and you'd like to add more people from your organization, go ahead and email the community@digitalinclusion.org with the name and the emails of them that you'd like us to add. All right, so how to create your Groups IO contact or account. So let me pause my screen share and I will now share my actual slide. Okay. All right, hopefully we can see everything. So this is the link to the Groups IO login page. You all have received a welcome email from Groups IO to join. It says that, that link will work for 24 hours. Again, if you never click that link, you still have access to log in and create your profile outside of those 24 hours. So there are a few ways to log in. If it's been the 24 hours, you can go ahead and press email me a link to log in. It'll literally send a new email, a new link to your email, and you can easily access that. And you can also log in with your Google account once you set that up. That's what I do. That's what I recommend because it's just a lot easier than memorizing a password. But you can still set up that password. So I go ahead and press login. So this is my profile. It's going to look a little bit different considering that I am a moderator. And let me put the link back in the chat for those who are new, who want to kind of go along with me. So to create your Groups IO account, once you're logged in, we would like you to add your profile photo as well as switching your profile to public. So on the top right, you'll have your name. So if you go to accounts, and then after that, you're going to go to preferences. This is where you can update your time zone as well as the clock and how you'd like the day to start. We're all located throughout the country and throughout, internationally, so please update accordingly. Now in the identity is going to be where you get to upload that juicy information that everybody else can see. So you can upload your profile picture here. And then in your display name, we recommend to have the first name, last name, your organizations, and your pronouns if you feel safe to do so. And then most importantly, for the profile privacy, switch it to public. It defaults to private, and in that case, people are not able to search you through the directory. You're more than welcome to add a bio in there and link your organization if you so choose. And then it does not automatically save your updates. So go ahead and press update overall profile to get that saved. All right. Now, how to send a message. So sending a message is very simple. You can send the email to ndia@groups.io, and I can share that. Somebody can share that message in the chat. And you can also send it through going on the Groups.io webpage. So by doing that, you will go to your groups on the top left. You will see the National Digital Inclusion Alliance, Friends and Affiliate Listserv. This is what it will look like. You won't see the admin area, obviously, but yours will look like subscription, message, hashtags, new topic. And then from here, you're able to send a message. So to send a new message, you will press topics, messages. Oh, I'm sorry. You will actually press new topic on the left. So topic is Groups.io's language for a new message. And also all the replies and the thread that comes from that specific email, that message that you send will all be grouped under that specific topic. So kind of like in Google Groups, it was called conversations. Over in Groups.io, the verbiage is topic. So here you can go ahead and write the subject of your message. You could also add tags. So these are the hashtags that you could include. And then you can write your email here. So that's how you send the message through the group's IO webpage. One thing to note is that with the hashtags, we do limit it to 2 hashtags. So when you're writing a message on the group's IO webpage, you can select the hashtags that are currently available here, and we only limit 2. Now, you do not have to add a hashtag when you're sending out a message to the listserv. It's just something that we encourage, but by no means should that be a barrier for you or a barrier for you to think that you cannot participate. All right, so next up is updating your subscription preference. And so to update your subscription preference, you will go, there are a few ways. So you can go to, again, at the very top left, you can click on NDIA, National Digital Inclusion Alliance, Friends and Affiliate Listserv, and then right here, it'll say subscription. So here are the different types of email subscription preferences. So you can get the individual message, you can get the full featured digest or the plain digest. The first one is in rich text formatting. The other one is in plain text formatting. And then after that, you can do a daily summary. So you receive one email every morning that contains only a list of the topics posted to the group the previous day. You could also select only special notices, so messages that is marked as a special notice by the moderators, or you can also do no email, but in that case, you would still be able to read past conversations. And then also for the digest, you get 12 messages grouped together in one email instead of everything coming at once. I want to note that if you updated your subscription preferences in Google Groups to digest or anything outside of receiving every individual message, you will need to go into your profile and update accordingly with Groups.io. Unfortunately, that wasn't something that we could transfer over. Anyway, so in order to update, you simply, you press the subscriptions when you're into the National Digital Inclusion Alliance Friends and Affiliate Listserv. You click subscription on the left module, you choose what you would like, and then you go ahead and scroll down and press save. Another way to update your subscription preference, I will pause my screen and go to my other, the slides. Every email, at the footer of every email that you receive, so at the bottom of every message, you will see something like this. So you will see, if you're able to reply to a group, if you want to reply to a sender, if you want to mute this topic, etc. So if you wanted to update your subscription preference through your email, you can just press your subscription, and then it'll automatically take you to that subscription edit page that I had shared previously. So that's really exciting because I know that there are times where people just want to update their subscription. They didn't realize that, oh my gosh, this is kind of flooding my inbox. I want to, change the subscription right away. You can go ahead and do that with every email that you receive from the listserv. You'll see that at the footer. All right. So next up is hashtags. So let me continue sharing. So these are the current hashtags that we have. We have ACP, which stands for the Affordable Connectivity Program, coalitions, so any topic related to digital inclusion coalitions, community call resources. As you know, we have the monthly community calls, and I like to share all of the resources that presenters share, so everything will fall under that. Data and research, digital discrimination, any posts related to digital discrimination, please use that hashtag, digital navigators, digital skills, et cetera, et cetera. Events are for, webinars or in-person events that are free. We have a lot of job postings that come in through the listserv. Please tag it with job posting, policy as well. Poll notice, that is automatically there for anybody who puts out a poll on the listserv. Resources, so any toolkits, any guides, anything like that you'd like to share, please add that there. And then telehealth. Now, the way that the hashtags are set is that you can only use what the NDIA moderators have selected. So if you want to make a suggestion of a popular topic that you're seeing in the listserv that you think you want to create a hashtag for, go ahead and email community@digitalinclusion.org, and we can see if we can add that for you. All right, so how to create a hashtag. So in order to create the hashtag, when you're on the Groups.io page, let me pause my sharing so I can go back to our main page. All right, so when you're on the main Groups.io page, we'll go to new topic. And then here you could add the hashtags this way, or you could also include it in your subject line. So for example, you can say digital navigator job posting, and then you can just do a hashtag of job posting. Simple like that. If you're sending an email through your email account, kind of same thing, you know, in your subject line, do your subject and then add the appropriate, if applicable, hashtag on there if you'd like it to be part of that. Again, you do not have to add a hashtag to your message in order to send, it'll still go through. And again, we only limit up to 2 hashtags per post. If you would like to search what are the current hashtags or see what messages are under those hashtags so you can filter them out, again, you would sign in through the webpage, the Groups.io webpage, click that National Digital Inclusion Alliance Friends and Affiliate Listserv, and then on the left module, press hashtags, and then you will be able to see all of the relevant hashtags here. And then as our messages and this listserv continues to grow, you'll be able to see a number on the right side of how many topics are under each hashtag. On your end, you won't be able to edit the hashtag, but you will be able to mute or notify. So if you wanted to mute a hashtag, you would just click that mute button and then press mute, press update. And then you can also change that, go back whenever you'd like. You could also edit the duration of how you'd like that mute to go. So if it's just for that hour, that day, that week, or that month. All right, so we actually just went to the next topic of how to mute a hashtag. Now, muting a topic, there are a few ways. I will first do what muting looks like when you are on the browser. So actually, let's do muting through your email. So let me pause the screen share and get back to the other slide. All right, so at the bottom of your each email, the footer, you will have this mute this topic selection, and that will automatically go into the Groups.io profile, and then you're able to edit the settings there. Now, as far as muting it on the Groups.io webpage, give me 1 second. This is what shows. This is what shows up when you click on that link, and then you're able to just press yes, and that'll automatically mute that topic or like that email thread or that hashtag that you choose to mute. And then how to view past topics. That's currently a slide at the moment. If you all have access to, if you're still members of the Google Groups listserv, you will have access to the past archive messages there. We are currently working on adding all of the archive messages to Groups.io, so it's all on one platform. Once that is updated, we are hoping to have that all on Groups.io this week. Once that's on there, you can view past messages. Unfortunately, we won't be able to add the appropriate hashtags on there because there's so much, as you all know, but that is a resource for you, and it will be under the hashtag archive. And then lastly, how to send a poll. So again, back to the National Digital Inclusion Alliance Friends and Affiliate Listserv, scroll down, and on the left module, you press click poll, add your title. You can include the hashtags that you'd like, up to 2, put your question in here, and then you can add as many questions as you'd like. You can also have additional options of if you'd like to allow for multiple choices, or if you just want one selection, etc. And then after that, you post your poll. It's as simple as that. Again, members are able to answer twice, so this by no means is hard data. All right, and that's it for the training, the main features that I wanted to highlight. let me share. All right. So if you have any questions, or if there are any more folks that you'd like to add to the Groups.io listserv, or anything that you'd like to help me with, go ahead and email the community@digitalinclusion.org. This recording, as well as the slides, will be posted on our FAQ page on our Join Us page. And now I'm here to answer any questions that you may have. I'm going to check out the chat, but thank you all for coming. I'm looking at the chat right now.
Camilla, we have a good question from Brandon. And I'm not sure of the answer, but he wants to know, when you respond to a conversation or email, does it always have to go to the whole group, or can you just respond to the author, to the person who has posted?
Yeah. Yes, you can respond to the author. So in order to do that, kind of similar to our previous Google Groups, is that when you hit respond, just make sure that the person in the to portion of the email is only to that individual. Unfortunately, even if you don't press reply all, if you just press reply, it's still going to go to the main listserv. So that's one way. Another thing is that, let me share my other, to show you what the footer looks like. And right here at the bottom of the footer, you can see reply to sender as an option as well. So that kind of helps eliminate sending a message you don't want the entire listserv to see, but you'll be able to send it there. Thank you. Yes, webinar is recorded. Thanks, Brandon. Happy to see you here. Is there any other question that hasn't been answered?
One question, Pamela, is what if someone wants to like change their email that's associated with their account?
Yeah, go ahead and email community@digitalinclusion.org to update the email that you'd like us, and to tell us what email you'd like replaced. Great question.
I have one more question that was sent just to me, so I won't say the sender, but they asked if they can have a private group within the NDIA space, or if all groups are public. So I just wanted to answer that out loud too, that all groups will be moderated by NDIA staff, by Pamela and specifically in a day-to-day basis. And the subgroups that we do have are extensions of our working groups. So we do have like an ACP working group. They have their own subgroup. We have a digital navigators working group. They have their own subgroup. So right now that's how we're creating. But if you want to send more information about your question, you can go ahead and use that email that Pamela said, and maybe there's, some new group that we want to create under NDIA. So you can email community@digitalinclusion.org and get more information about your question.
Awesome. All right. Well, if there are no more questions, I will go ahead and wrap this up. Thank you all for attending. And we will put this recording up once it's finished on our FAQ page. We'll also share it on the listserv as well for y'all to reference. But have fun, set up those profiles so people can connect with you. Reach out if you have any questions. And thanks so much, Brandon. Thank you all for hanging on with us as we transition and as our community grows. I hope y'all have a great Monday. All right, take care.
Thank you.